What is up? Seems like every year I have at least one training day in the cold, and I think today is a PR. It is currently minus 15, feels like minus 27, but the cardio is not going to do itself. So today I think is going to be week 4 of my cardio thing that I do. Let's get after it. What is up? It is a cold one this weekend. So, like I said, every year there's at least 1 or 2 real cold days, and this one I think was the coldest at minus 15. It was back minus 16 on my watch when I left the garage here. But it was a good time to do cardio, I guess, as good as any. And so before I thought too hard about it, I got out to the garage first thing on Friday morning to kind of attack this. And I always, I guess I have use as a little bit of motivation for these ones, that as long as I get the workout in at the coldest, then I don't have a lot of excuses the rest of the year. So it's always important for me to get these ones in. So anyway, here's my weekly cardio. And boy, oh boy, this one was so much harder. First of all, that runner, I'm running right at the very front of the thing because it's just barely moving. And I'm needing to keep my hands on the front just to push it along. And so I don't know if it was stiff because it's cold out, or the garage is ever so slightly sloped towards the bay door for drainage. And so I don't know if the angle changed things or something like that, but man, oh man, it was, something was off. This ended up taking me 3 minutes longer, the run did, than normal. And by about the 1 minute mark, I started having thoughts about how this is stupid. I don't need to be doing this right now. I can do this later. I should just stop. But I just sort of kept going very slowly. Look at that. 1 foot in front of the other. And 13 and a half minutes later, I got my 2 kilometers done. And so anyway, so that was good. I got her done. And then onto the Echo bike, and man, oh man, this whole thing was, it's good to get these ones in every now and then. That fan was blowing the air at my face, and I had tears in my eyes, and I think I have a bit of a cold, so my nose was runny. And this fan is blowing this frigid air at me. My fingers are cold, my toes are cold. Oh, it's so funny. So anyway, it was good to get done. This one took longer too. Not too much longer. I think it took around 9 minutes there, or nine and a half minutes, maybe 9.5 minutes. And then, and so I actually, as a result, I don't think I was quite as dead heading into these single unders, but then I could not keep it together on these single unders either. I think I trip up 10 or 11 in here, and then I just proceed to have many trip ups. At some point I realized my shoelace was getting loose and it kept catching, and so I ended up stopping to tie up my shoelace, which is funny. And anyway, so these ended up taking maybe 1.5 minutes longer. I think my last set, I got the last 100 down unbroken, but it was a bit of a joke, this one. So anyway, it was good. I liked it. It was fun in that not so fun way, but always good to get done. And so I was pleased to have that under my belt to start the day. And so the rest of my Friday was a win, because it was all easy after this. Sometimes it's so easy to lose count, so I grab one of those pink dumbbells of Summers, and I set it on the first black dumbbell, and then the second, and then the third, to kind of count my hundreds, because it's so easy to forget. So that was the end of my cardio day.
Woo! Oh man. Woo! That was hard. Everything was hard. Everything took longer. I think I was 28:40 there, which is 5 minutes slower than last week. Oh, mercy. Guard down, baby. Minus 15. My toes are cold. The running was so slow. I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was. The run was like 3 minutes slower. Oh, man. Right. Get after it.
So then the next day, Saturday morning, it was no warmer. It was minus 15 again, but it didn't seem so bad today. So whatever that means. But I got my back squat thing in. I think is this the fourth or the fifth week? I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's I don't know. I think it's the fifth week. And so this one is doing first a set of 5, and then a set of 4, and then a set of 3 of back squats with a 5-second descent and then a 3-second pause in the bottom. And so a set of 5 here at 95 pounds, and then going up to a set of 4 at 120, and then a set of 3 at 145. So I am proceeding to add 5 pounds to the lifts each week. So far so good. And we'll see how far I get before I can't keep adding 5 more pounds. My guess is another 2 or 3 weeks before things really start slowing down. But yeah, I've been really enjoying these. I got this from, I think I said it in the last video, Craig Ritchie on YouTube. This was a back squat progression that he was doing. I think he was doing front squats with this, but same idea. So after the set of 5, set of 4, set of 3, then it is on to tempo squats with a 5-second descent, but not doing the 3-second pause at the bottom. And then same idea, a set of 5, a set of 4, a set of 3. And then lastly, going into the back squat, just conventional, set of 5, set of 4, set of 3, and then I continue to go on from there. So these moved well. They definitely get tough, but I've really enjoyed how easy it is to get started because the first one is just so light. So I end up doing maybe a set of 10 with just the empty bar and then get right into it. And this week, just because it was so cold out, I didn't do any, for better or for worse, I didn't do any warm up. So I didn't do any HEG split squatting, or I typically find that my back squat moves way better when I have deadlifted first. So oftentimes I like to do probably like 5 sets of 10 at just typically 135, and typically sort of biasing the hamstring to stretch that out a little bit, and then I just find that the back squat moves quite well. But anyway, it's too cold, so I didn't want to do that. So I didn't. So this time around, I just did this thing, which is nice and easy to ease into. So Yeah, you see how slow that descent is, and how much it lets you just sort of focus on positioning where the knees are, foot pressure, and just really, it's active stretching, I guess, too. I do find that my positioning feels like, at least for me, it feels really good when I'm doing these. And man, oh man, now that I'm recording all these, I'm realizing that I think that I have my left leg is stronger. I think that's what's happening, because as the load gets bigger as I push up there, kind of right in the middle of the ascent, my hips shift off to the left, and I think I'm shifting a little bit of load into my left leg intuitively. So it's something, I guess, for me to be aware of. I'm not super sure what to do about it, short of just being sensitive to it, but I imagine there's many a YouTube video about this, so I can figure it out. But it's nice to be aware of. So yeah, moving up in weight here. These were definitely starting to get tricky at this point. What is this? I think the set of 170 with the 5-second pause. Yeah, the 3 reps at that weight. And then by the time I get to normal back squats, it just, especially that first set, it just flies at 145. Positioning feels great. You kind of start feeling really confident, which is kind of fun. But you see, wearing the old winter coat and gloves. It's chilly. The next set of 4 at 170, like I definitely started feeling the weight, but nothing too crazy. I put the belt on for this set of 3 at 195, and I was hoping today to kind of push that upper end again. So this time, instead of doing, for like 3 weeks, I've done a set of 2 at 205. And so this time I went to 210, and I managed here to get the set of 2. And it moved pretty well, especially this first one, I think. Just watching it back now. Yeah, the first one moved well. It seems to me the second one felt like it was getting heavy. Yeah, it's slowing down. But anyway, I wanted to go for 220 again. I've hit 215 3 weeks in a row. And I want 225 to be kind of the usual go-to. So this is a step along the way, 220, and moved pretty good. So I was happy with that. So that brings an end to another successful week of training. Catch you in the next one.